thank you for joining me again on the Football and Feelings podcast. Slightly more laid back one this time. I spoke to my friend Mike. We just sat here and had a beer, spoke about social media and the effects that it can have on us. More so than him, to be honest. So slightly different one today. But if you enjoyed it, give us a like, subscribe, etc. And let us know if you have any questions. You can find us on email. We're on contact@footballandfeelings.co.uk or your normal social media accounts and all of that malarkey. Anyway, enjoy. Thank you. The social media debate. It's not really a debate. Social media is won.
Yeah.
Already, hasn't it?
Yeah. Of course it has.
What do you think about social media? What's your opinions?
I mean, I like social media in a lot of ways in football because you just get to see things that you never get stuff quicker than you used to, don't you? You don't really need a Sky Sports or anything like that anymore. Yeah. You go straight on Twitter to find out what's going on.
Players post some boring shit though, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do. We saw that with like the amount of times players have been caught out where they send the
tweet something like, great game today with the lads.
So now every time you see that tweet, you know that they're not doing it.
It's happened to a lot of players as well. Yeah. It's happened to, I remember it happened to Carl Walker when he met Tubes of Soccer AM. If you're not
even doing that, then what are you doing?
Which I thought was ridiculous. Yeah. I felt a bit bad for him.
But then you see recently, like Ollie McBurney goes to a game. You used to have players quite a lot. You'd see it and you'd be watching it on TV and they go, oh, look, it's a little player that's suspended.
I can't rate that.
No, I really like it. Because
I was surprised that people were kicking off. Because, like, who cares?
No one cares. I mean, it's because he's done a wanker signal that.
Well, yeah.
But again, I quite rate that, to be honest.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah.
I'm sure the people that he would call a wanker weren't like, oh my God, he's just called me. They were like,
he's done nothing.
That's Ollie McBurney's calling us a wanker. Class.
He's done nothing that fans don't do. Yeah. No, it's not like he's
getting involved. If he sat there and hid away, that's worse. Yeah. Class. If you was on an away day and you just turn to your right and there's just one of your players just there, or one of your ex-players in that case. Like,
do you remember the old Jack Grealish thing when he got caught? He was just passed out in I think it was in Tenerife or Napa on a lad's holiday. There was just balloons next to him and he was just asleep on the road.
Yeah, and that was like after his first season, was it, in the Premier League, I'd say?
Something like that.
Yeah, so you could tell he just weren't. I mean, I'm sure he's not done it again. Like, he's not been caught out in that way again.
Oh, yeah, no, probably not. Loves an IB for Sesh, though, I think.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
which is fair enough. Most players do.
Yeah, but he probably just have to.
You get to meet Wayne Lineker. What a privilege.
Yeah. I mean, I find it crazy when anyone gets a photo with Wayne Lineker.
Yeah.
Let alone professional footballers.
Yeah.
Why?
You're a professional footballer.
There's one photo of Wayne Lineker, Dele Alli, and Dele Alli's got Wayne Lineker like that and a fag in his left hand. And I'm just like, when someone got the camera out, surely you went, I've got a fag here, Wayne Lineker here. Just
one of these has got to go, and I think it should be Wayne.
Out of the two, to be honest.
Yeah. It is a strange one. With onto social media, do you enjoy it for the football sense, but it fries my fucking brain. Like recently, the past week or so, I've been using it a lot, like noticeably more.
Really?
And it's stuck in it. I don't really know why. It's like it's just a habit. It's like it feels like a bit of an addiction. It's a phone thing.
But I think it all depends on like other things as well, on how into certain things you are at the time. Like if you really want your club to sign players or whatever, like you're on Twitter refreshing it, trying to see what's going on. Yeah. When you're apathetic about it, like I currently am, you don't really care. You're just like,
Yeah. I mean, when Arsenal were going to get Kim Kallstrom on loan, I was
you just couldn't stop.
Couldn't get enough of Twitter. Just great to see his medicals confirmed and all that. But I find it's like its own world though, and it upsets me a bit. Sometimes I find that when I use social media a lot and my phone a lot, when I come away from my phone, things don't feel real. I know that sounds mad. Do you know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Not really.
No?
No.
It can't just be me.
What doesn't feel real?
I feel like just life.
Just life in general.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's because you're so used to, or not necessarily doesn't feel real, but I find things quite underwhelming.
Yeah.
Because you have to think when on Instagram you're looking at life's highlight reel.
Yeah.
And then you're comparing that to your day to day, your day to day is probably fine. But when you're comparing that to, I don't know, like a random celebrity, like someone like Dan Bilzerian, who's in a mansion somewhere with like 80 women around him, who's paid. He's paid for all of them to be there. He makes them sign NDAs and stuff.
He'll tell you that they all choose to be there, and there's like a long.
Oh no, he says that. He says that he pays them.
Does he?
Yeah, openly. I was very surprised that he admitted
right.
it.
So is he, when he says that it's competitive, does he mean it's like a competitive job? Like, I've seen him saying that he gets approached for like, women want to be part of his little entourage.
Oh yeah, he gets loads of people like applying, but like they have to go for like an application process
because they're getting paid.
This is mad, because they're getting paid and they have to like sign non-disclosure agreements, so they can't like if any like pictures and stuff like that. He has them all. I don't know how we've gotten to this. He has them all set STD checked as well, and they have to have like an up-to-date certificate.
So grim.
So anyway, this is not the podcast for that. We shouldn't bring that up. So when I'm using social media a lot, I'm so like roped into this world of perfection,
right?
That I compare it to my normal life, which is I think there's a dangerous game to play. Yeah, to be honest.
See, I would say I don't, but then I probably subconsciously do. It's probably one of those things where like social media has been around for a long time now that it's just part of life, isn't it?
Yeah,
we probably all do in a certain sense where we didn't have anything to compare to in the past, or like our parents didn't anyway. Whereas for all of our adult life, our generation always has really.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean we've all had.
We don't know any different
before we were turned 18, so we've had that from our early teens through to now.
Yeah, but it's like there's like an online hierarchy. It depends who you follow, really. That completely, it's your baby. You sort of feed it what you wish, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. I just have West Ham fans getting annoyed that we don't sign anyone. That's all I'm seeing.
Which is fair enough. Yeah. So sometimes I go through stages where I unfollow everyone, not everyone, but loads of people. And then like I'll follow. They randomly.
If you actually start assessing, what am I getting from following this person? Like, what am I seeing here?
Yeah.
And you go, right.
And at the moment, on my Instagram specifically, I'm getting nothing from almost everyone on there. There's a few like really interesting people, but like for some reason, I'm following like influencers on a few of them, like Instagram influencers, and like I don't care about them or the products they're trying to sell.
And that's the big thing I think with influencers is that like so many of their posts have got just ad at the end of it. And you're like, right, well I can't.
Yeah.
As soon as you put ad on it, how can I take anything you've just said seriously?
Literally none of it's real at that point. But they're part of that like online hierarchy that I mentioned. Like the more likes and more followers, the more power you have to a certain extent. And it's like an online currency, isn't it?
Definitely. It's like you look at, there's certain like singers or like rappers or whatever you'll see that were famous like 10 years ago and people followed them on Facebook or Twitter. And now you see they just like share relatable posts. That's all that comes through their Facebook just because they're not making any good music anymore. So it's just like, oh, well, that'll get the money in anyway. Because like you say, it is like a currency. Once you've got a certain amount of followers and you've got an audience to sell something to, you're going to be able to make money from that always, really.
Yeah. Or like Ronaldo makes more money. I don't know if this is true, but apparently he makes more money from his Instagram than he does his contract at Juve.
Really?
Apparently.
That is crazy. It's true.
But yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how much he's getting paid at Juve, to be fair. Probably peanuts. Rubbish. But yeah, that just shows like that it technically follows our power.
Yeah, definitely. And like you must be, I suppose it's the case with a lot of things, like obviously footballers get paid more than they did 20 years ago. It's the case with so many things. But if you get famous now and you can build up a social media following, like you say, it is a bit, you have got potential to earn money for a long time. Whereas say if you won the first Pop Idol and you've got, and you haven't got that, no one, that wasn't around then. So now you're just back to doing your normal job or whatever. Whereas if you won one of those competitions, and even if it didn't work out for you in the music industry, you've still got revenues from social media. Yeah.
Well, like the people that go on to like Love Island and stuff like that, if they win that, they get 25k, which is going to be either on their own or between two people. But then But in comparison to what they're going to make after that, that is nothing. It's almost
Just correct,
they're doing that.
It's 50k if they steal it and they split. They get 25 each for splitting.
Oh, really?
Is
it?
Or so I've heard. Someone said.
Oh, really? Someone told you?
Yeah.
You watching the winter one, have you?
Should we move on?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, what's your relationship with social media like? Are things complicated? Are you going steady?
No, I think that I do. I probably use it quite a lot, but I think like a lot of Twitter users, I'm in the background. I'm on it a lot. Like, I speak to a lot of people that say they use Twitter a lot, and I'm like, I never see you post on Twitter. But then that's because they're just getting their news and their,
My friends say that as well. Actually.
I don't think many people just with like a couple hundred followers actually post a lot, because when you actually think about it, you're like, who's seeing this? You know what I mean? It's just, but you use it as a tool to get news, to see what.
That's true.
Because it is literally the first place you find out. Bring it back to football. The first place you find out about signings, new contracts, rumours.
Yeah.
Match day squads. The first place you're going to get it before Sky Sports,
true,
before BBC.
I always find out Arsenal's first game day squads on Instagram before anywhere else. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I suppose you're getting it almost directly from the horse's mouth in some instance.
Yeah.
But then also with the rumour thing, anyone could post a tweet.
Yeah, of course.
And if that gets enough traction, then that becomes like a viable. Yeah,
it does. But obviously, you then have as well your own people that you trust and don't trust.
Yeah.
I'm sure every football club for some reason has an in the know. Like, and
they do,
and you go, he's always right.
I don't know how. I wonder how that works.
You go, West Ham, I'm going to sign this person. Your mate goes, yeah, but you read that on Twitter. And you go, yeah, but it's from. So
it must be true.
Yeah, it's usually legit from him.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It seems like. What about Instagram?
What about Instagram?
Twitter's okay, I think, for in terms of what you're saying there. Like you said, you get up to date news.
Yeah,
it's quite informational, I suppose. Whereas Instagram is just anything that's classed as aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
that's where I think the nonsense comes in. That's the clutter for me. Is all on Instagram.
Like, no, definitely everyone's guilty of that, because it's like you've never gone, oh, that looks awful, stick that on Instagram. It's when you take a photo and you go,
that looks class.
That's caught me best angles. Get that.
Everyone's gonna love to see this.
Give me a couple of days to think of a caption, that'd be straight up.
It's weird. Start googling some captions, googling puns and that. It's weird that we care about it, I think. Isn't it surreal to you that how it's made the opportunity for immediate validation like to come so quickly, whereas you don't even have to go out and look for it. You can be sat at home in bed feeling awful about yourself, and you normally know when people feel like that because they'll post a little throwback holiday picture and it's like, oh, I wish I was back in I don't know, Zante with the girls.
I'm sure I saw something that was like likes a link to like endorphins. So like they're like, it's just like it just makes you happy getting likes on stuff. And I think that's half of it. Like, when you get them holiday throwbacks, that's it's gonna be a like getter, so you stick it on there and you go, oh, I've still got it.
Is it good though to take happiness from that?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's true though. Like they're made to be addictive.
Yeah. But realistically, and I'm not just saying that people do that, we both post photos on Instagram. That can be the only thing you're doing it for, is to get likes, really, or to receive some validation. You'd be like, oh, right, that was a cool holiday. People agree because I've got. I've done it right.
It was worth it. Yeah, I know what you mean. I try not to do that now actively, to be honest. Anything that I post on Instagram, especially, I do it so I have like a record of it for me to look back on. Like, I go back through my own Instagram quite often because I've uploaded, like, it could be anything like travel pictures with friends, and I go back through it and look through it fondly. Sometimes I try to catch myself if I'm doing it thinking, it's going to get loads of likes. But that's just natural, isn't it? I suppose that's why it's there. That's why so many people use it. That's why it's so popular.
It is a good point what you make, though, about, it being a good place to store memories in the sense of, like, with Facebook. If I didn't have a Facebook, there'd probably be no photos of me that exist from the last 10 years because like you change phone and then the photos are gone.
Yes.
I don't back up my phones. I don't know about you.
Yeah, rarely. To be honest, yeah.
So but you managed to have this log on Facebook all the way back to your school days, just because someone uploaded it at the time, and that's going to be there until you don't have Facebook anymore.
The main issue I have is that because people are putting their best selves out there, quite often, sometimes when you meet them, and it's nothing personal to them, but it can be disappointing. I know that's do you think that's harsh?
No,
I don't even mean in terms of physical appearance. Like I've met people
just post like you're like, oh, they seem this way, and then you. I
always see people posting stuff on Facebook, and they seem like really chirpy and happy, and then you meet them, and they're like, you can't get a word out of them, and it's like, but it's fine that they're like that, but they're obviously trying to portray themselves as this online persona where they're more likable. I suppose it gives you the ability to be who you want to be. I suppose. Yeah. Which, I don't know if I agree. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I suppose there's escapism, isn't there? Any thoughts there?
Well, I don't know if that's.
I know that sounds a bit harsh. That isn't the worst instance.
But yeah, I don't know if that's, like you say, if they're quiet and they don't want to be quiet, then it's if social media is affecting them in that way. I mean, if they're just like that anyway, then. It's sad that they feel like they can't just portray their self on social media.
Yeah, it is sad, yeah.
But,
I think it just leads to like unreasonably high expectations. I think across the board as well, like even ranging from everything from like where you're going to go to travel, where you're going to eat. Yeah. People look for restaurants where they have Instagrammable food, which is unbelievable. Like I think it's even a thing on Google reviews now. It comes up if they're Instagrammable.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
I've not heard of that, but that is crazy.
And then even from like footballers, you think, oh, that footballer, they're working all the time. They never leave the training pitch, and they're always so happy to be working with the lads, getting ready for the next game. Yeah, but obviously that's not the reality, which is fine that it's not the reality. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. You would like to see a bit of, like, there are certain accounts on social media you see, and you do get a bit of both. Mm-hmm. I think that's why someone like Tyson Fury's gone from where, if you look back like 3-4 years ago, he was, I don't want to say villain, but everyone loved Joshua, and he was sort of seen after he done what he done and won a world title and beat Klitschko that no one had done for 11 years, but yet he still wasn't seen as like a hero. I'm not saying there was any reason for that, but I think just the honesty that's come out since coming back and just being very much, he's on social media every day. So he can't really act.
Yeah, that's
sometimes he's
true.
Down, sometimes he's up, sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I think
but that's good though, because then he's being transparent.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that's actually helped him. That's like taking him to. He's a bit of a national sweetheart now, isn't he, Tyson Fury?
Yeah, he loves spreading a bit of positivity.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is great. Exactly. You can't really question that at all. That is great. Footballers obviously mess up quite a lot on the Instagram, like we were saying earlier. Yeah. I found some lovely tweets.
Good.
All your favourites.
All right, let's hear them.
This one here, when Ben Foster threatened his own kid.
Oh, yeah.
I swear, if I catch my son dancing behind a reporter on Sky like these kids, I'm going to two-fit him.
Fair, I think. Absolutely fair.
I mean, I don't know how old his kid is, but presumably his kid's going to get to an age where he sees that. Well, obviously we know it's a joke.
We know it's a joke, but all I will say is those lads jumping up and down in the background at deadline day, as funny as it was,
it's old now, isn't it?
They're never there now, are they?
Yeah, that's true.
Watch deadline day, they don't have crowds there now. I think
that's probably because of the dildo hype that came through.
Yeah, everyone started bringing dildos down. Which is, but
why was that a thing?
I'm sure the Ben Foster tweet was after a dildo came out, so it's the same point in a roundabout way.
I think it was the Mesut Ozil signing for Arsenal. There was fuck's sake, there was a massive purple dildo just being slapped onto the presenter's head, and
you feel sorry for him. What can they do?
Yeah,
turn around and go, stop slapping me with a fucking dildo, and then have 20 people go, all right, mate, calm down.
Yeah, it's only a bit of fun.
Yeah, so they've literally got to just sit there, carry on talking about Arsenal.
And it's sad though, those reporters have have worked for years to get to that point. They've worked for like the smallest local newspapers. They've probably studied journalism, university, and things like that. They've got on their stage. This is a massive moment for them, and they're getting a dildo slapped on the back of their head. That must be quite horrible. That must be quite demeaning.
Absolutely.
Well, not by a stranger. Yeah, definitely is.
But like, I am. Deadline day sort of ate itself. Again, I think deadline days was as sort of because of social media. I think that was a big part of deadline day being now. It's not really a thing that people get excited about like they did before. I don't think we do anyway.
No.
Deadline day. I'll be honest. I was sad with deadline day. Like.
What? Recently, or just like generally?
No, like 4 or 5 years ago, I would sit there all day.
You mean you was really committed to it? So.
Yeah.
No, so would I. Yeah,
I'd sit there watch, and then like gradually, the more I think Sky Sports sort of let it become too much. So when you see, and here's Jim White turning up in the building with his yellow tie, and you'd be like,
that was a bit ridiculous.
Overdoing it, lads.
Yeah.
Overdoing it.
They were overdoing it.
And then I think the fact that now it is much easier just to look on Twitter and or Facebook, Twitter, and see what's gone on rather than sitting there all day on your couch watching deadline day. I bet you their figures have just half for deadline day. I bet it's hardly even an event now.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. I used to love deadline day. It was always class.
And it's come down to like 5 o'clock now. I genuinely be a big part of the reason why it was at like midnight or like was to get that sort of prime time audience in the evening. Building up to it. There's no reason for it to go until midnight. You've got a month to sign players. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, it was always fun though to stay up until midnight watching it, because then you see obviously it starts to get dark. You see players getting moved in cars, and you keeping low key.
My favourite was the Arshvin one because it went on for like a week, and then like they just didn't get it done in time because it was snowing loads, and they just went, it's snowing. Can we? And the league just went, just have a couple of extra days, get that done.
I don't remember this.
Do you remember that?
No.
It didn't get done in time.
I didn't know
because it was
that.
snow in London at the time and they couldn't get it done in time. But so then everyone started getting granted extensions because players couldn't get to places because of the weather.
That actually does make sense to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they weren't doing like an Odin Wingy.
No, but my argument if I was the league would have been like, you've had all of January to get this done. Like, tough. That's part of it. If you leave your business till the last day, it might snow and you might not get him in. Like,
yeah, true.
I felt so sorry for Odin Wingy. Again, that was like one of the first big social media moments, I think, when everyone on social media was like, what is going on? Like,
it was a meme before his time.
Yeah, exactly. I just love that QPR just went, no, we're not getting in trouble over you. No, you're not coming in. Like, poor bloke. Like, and he must have been sat in his car just going, right, my current club hate me.
Yeah.
And QPR have just gone, no.
What did he do in the end? He just went back
He just went back, and then I think he ended up going on loan to Cardiff like 6 months later. Didn't really play again.
Awful.
West Brom.
Awful. Okay, back to these tweets. Richard Keys. I really rated this one.
This is going to be awful. Because I don't know what you're going to say here, but you could choose from about 100.
Oh, no, there's loads, but this is great. Yeah. That wasn't in at any time. Told you this technology wasn't foolproof. What are we talking? 20 minutes later. Got us another angle. It was in. Fantastic.
For some reason, Richard Keys, I think because he's so bitter about the way his career was ended here, he just seems so aggressive about everything. Like he can't just say anything on Twitter. Like he comes in so I told you so, even though no one said anything.
That's true.
He comes in just like, well, look at this. Like, told you it's technology. Who did you tell?
Let's take a quick break and I'll come back and read some of these tweets. Okay, you'll like this one. Louis Sahar. This is great. He was doing a little Ask Louis session on Twitter.
Right.
Ronaldo or Messi? What do you think he'd reply?
Well, the obvious answer is one of them or both great players.
You're wrong.
Is it not either of them?
He replied, Luther King or Mandela? He went full David Brent.
It's the same to him.
You know, he's saying, why are you asking me about footballers?
They both had this, both pairs have had a similar impact on the culture.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
Dean Windhouse, this is good. He tweeted, how you doing, mate? Are you okay? He hasn't added anyone, so he's just tweeted that.
Yeah.
And then he's replied to that. He's added himself and saying, yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
What does he think's happened? I'd love to know what he thinks has happened.
So he's obviously posted that, and then he's thought, oh, maybe he saw his own picture and he was like, oh, someone's writing that to me, and then he's just replied to it.
Have you got a date for that one? Is that
2014? Not even that long ago. It's like the old Rooney ones. They were great, weren't they?
Oh, mate, I'm annoyed because they were all sort of like 2012 time when they were the Rooney ones, and I weren't really using Twitter then, and I missed out.
So same for me, I think. But when I was quite prolific on Twitter in like 2014, I would go back and find that tweet every month, undo the retweet, and then retweet it again. It's just class.
Oh, I'm gutted that someone went, Wayne.
Yeah.
You can't be offering kids out a fight at the training ground.
Unreal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That was social media at its best. That period when no one quite knew what to do with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, footballers were actually using it. And then,
that's true.
You know, Cole got fined for a tweet, and that was the first FA action that actually got involved. Right. And I don't think he got banned, but he got like a 70 grand fine. And it was just like that. I think that was a bit of a sort of watershed moment in the sense that it was like, right, the FA, people, you get in trouble now on Twitter. I mean, you can't just say what you want.
Yeah.
Now I think
it's actually being policed here.
Yeah, like Rooney offering out kids on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm sure now if you'd done that, you would be in trouble with the FA if you told a kid to come down to the training ground.
Of course.
Have a scrap with you.
Yeah, of course. It's unreal. Yeah, you're right. When they were like, if I post this, can everyone see it? They just didn't really know when it first came through. It's unreal. You like this one? Oh, this is actually awful. But David Gold. I'm delighted to announce the signing of 23-year-old midfielder Pedro. Do you know what this one's?
Got a picture of Ogbonna.
Yeah. He's got the picture of Ogbonna. Right. I mean, like, do you like? Come on, it's not that hard, is it?
I'll tell you what's crazy about that is I'm convinced that we signed Angelo Ogbonna to try and make that look better. Because we signed Ogbonna after that. We signed him about 2 months afterwards. So either he's been given a list of players and he's not sure, or he's gone right.
So you think they've done that? You actually think? Do you reckon that's intentional?
We signed Pedro Obiang. He done that tweet. Everyone went, "This is embarrassing."
Yeah.
What's Ogbonna going for? We probably could get another centre back in. I know we hadn't looked at it before. Yeah.
Is it worth how much stick we're getting on Twitter?
Yeah, because the only reason I think that is because apparently David Gold got no real involvement in transfers. So why would he have a picture of Angelo Ogbonna saved on his phone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Yeah, someone's probably sent that to him.
Yeah, Gold's brilliant on Twitter.
I haven't seen his profile in a while, to be fair.
He's just
not nonsense.
Get him off it straight away.
Right.
There's some absolute gold from David.
From Gold.
Yeah. Where the one about his father stealing his shares.
Oh God.
I can't remember what the question was, but his reply was just, I came home to my best friend having sex with my wife in my pool, and found out my father was stealing my shares.
Wow.
It's like, right? And then he quote tweeted that. Because he obviously done good numbers and he likes the numbers. He's a number man, David Gold. He quote tweeted that about 2-3 years later, saying it's been a long time now since my father stole my shares. He's since died and I've since had the pool filled in.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
Again, numbers man. Like I say, because that done well as well.
That's ridiculous. I like. He obviously went back to that thinking, yeah, people love that. Like it was his tribute album.
Yeah, he went that done really well. That one. Yeah.
People are going to love to hear an update.
But
that's jokes. I will do one more tweet. These ones. Gary Lineker. I enjoyed this one. You might remember this. Messi makes me realise how shit I was. Then a week later, Soldado makes me realise I wasn't that shit. Poor Soldado's looking at that thinking,
I know. He's all right, isn't he? He's had a decent career. Soldado.
Yeah. Well, he's not Gary Lineker.
He's wank at Spurs, but...
Yeah, true. All right, I had a few questions in. One from... a random email address. They didn't leave a name either. I'm not sure. Do you think social media has enough?
Missing their big moment.
I know, yeah. What a waste.
Name.
Do you think social media has enough positives to warrant its use by most people?
I mean, probably not, but who cares? Because it's gone too far anyway, isn't it? Like, we're never going back now anyway. So.
Yeah, it has gone too far. But not in talking, maybe if we're talking, not in like the literal sense of it being abolished because like it's not worth it.
No, yeah. I mean,
do you think the positives outweigh the negatives?
I don't know about outweigh, but it's given a lot of people careers.
That's true.
It's an opportunity. Like, I've always been, you get the argument about footballers' wages and like, even you can put it to people in music or whatever. There's not many ways for kids that don't come from a lot to earn serious money. That's true. And those sort of people can earn money, serious money in football, music, and now social media. You get people like, there's so many, you see on social media, like we've already spoke about it, how much money you can actually make and how much opportunities it can create for you if you get a good following behind you. That's true. Yeah, so, very true. Admittedly, that's a very small percentage. So if we're talking about how many people it can negatively affect, it's a positive effect. It's definitely affecting more people negatively than positively. I reckon maybe that's why it affects so many people negatively, because they see the people that are getting affected positively. They're like, I want a bit of that. Yeah. And they sort of try and do that. Like the amount of people that have probably tried to be someone like KSI or, I don't know, Joe Weller, whoever like the YouTubers are. That made me sound really old, whoever the bloody YouTubers are. If you're trying to be them, I reckon that probably takes its toll a little bit. Yeah. But again, it's probably led to a lot of people trying, like, we probably wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation with Mike if it wasn't for the way social media is now. That's true. And, it makes people want to try different things. Like, oh, I've done that. I could have a go at that. I think if you utilize it correctly, not correctly, but utilize it efficiently and don't rely on it too much, then the positives massively outweigh the negatives. Yeah, a lot of people have a very healthy relationship with social media. I'm not one of those people. Next question from Andrew on Instagram. Should the PFA be doing more to protect players from online abuse? Good question. It's a tricky one, isn't it? To a degree, but I don't know what they can do. Like, I think the problem with Twitter, I think it might have been Harry Maguire put out a tweet saying that people should need like a passport when they sign up for Twitter. Yeah, I think it was him, yeah. And then fake Colton Cole, that may be an issue when they realise I'm not Colton Cole. Yeah, good point, yeah. But then I was like, yeah, but is that worth it? Like saying, oh no, but we've got some bloody good parodies. Well, no, just get, would we miss parody accounts? I'd miss the Colton Cole account. Yeah, that is a great account. It is a great account. But I'm saying, like, if that would, I guess, solve it, like in terms of like online abuse, like because some of it is horrible. Like there are people, like you've seen some of it, and Kobe Bryant died the other day, and you've seen some people just commenting stuff purely because they want hundreds of people to turn around and be like, people look for that. It's sad. And there's no way you can stop that other than knowing where they, do you know what I mean? Being able to directly report them for what they're doing. Yeah, true. Good point. But I don't know what the PFA can particularly do other than tell players will get off Twitter. That's the thing. It's not really, I don't know if it... I think the PFA, there's a lot more that the PFA should be worrying about. Yeah, that's true. But it's not necessarily their responsibility there, is it, for the social media? But it does seem like, probably with sports stars generally, it's people are much harsher towards sports stars on social media than any other profession, I would have thought anyway. Yeah. So maybe it's not being policed enough, but I don't know if that's not really up to the PA, I don't think. Like the Xhaka thing was horrible. Yeah. Like, that was quite sad to read. He was getting like death threats to his family and to his newborn baby as well. But I mean, I do think it's the PFA's responsibility in a sense that the PFA make a lot of money. Gordon Taylor earns a lot of money to protect the interests of footballers. Yeah. So, it is their responsibility, but I don't know what they can do. You know what I mean? Like they should be looking at how to help and what they can do. But I haven't got any ideas actually at what they can do. Yeah, sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, they can't have like a zero tolerance thing really, because then it'll just be, if you're not going to say I had a good game, then don't tweet me. And how boring is it? Like that is the same as players after the game going, obviously delighted to get the goal. The 3 points is the most important thing. The worst, Obviously just delighted for the boys. Yeah.
Yeah, but you scored a hat-trick today. You must be happy about that. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
Obviously, I'd rather, if I didn't score and we win, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Which is ridiculous. I hate how dishonest, well, not dishonest, how just plastic they are in those interviews.
But that is
so
because
scripted.
whenever they go off, if they do go off script, like you can get in, you can stitch yourself up and say something that people then latch onto.
True, very true. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up there.
Sweet.
That was nice.
Thank you, Liam.
I'm glad. A pleasure.
I really enjoyed myself, mate.
Yeah. I'm not doing like a outro or anything like that. I'm just going to cut it. So.
Just going to cut it out?
Yeah, just cut it there.
How are you going to do that?
So just...
At what point? Just like, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Football and feelings.
Football and feelings.